Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Missing Gear. Matt, what did you think of that race?
Dylan, that was phenomenal. I wish it wasn't Monday because I had to work. I couldn't watch the truck race. And I couldn't watch some of the cup race, but I went back and made sure I watched all the cup race. But first time the cup series was on dirt in 50 plus years.
Joey Logano. Joey Dirt was the first winner on
Since
dirt.
Richard Petty
Yes.
to win a dirt race.
Finally took that crown from the king. I thought it was a pretty good race. I'm not going to say it was a slam dunk because,
It wasn't at all a slam dunk. We were texting per the usual during the race while I watch it, if I can watch it live, because sometimes I get busy. And the truck race was a kind of shit show. And I think we expected it.
Oh, yeah.
The cup race, the first, 50 laps, was a shit show.
Yeah. That first stage was.
And I thought
it kind of hurt.
If the race keeps going at the rate we're at with the cautions and the crashes and people fucking spinning out, not having their car under control, it's going to be a long race. And we're not going to have a lot of cars in the end.
2008 Brickyard 400. You remember that?
Barely.
Jimmy won that.
Barely remember that.
They couldn't go like 10 laps without a caution because all the tires were... It was the car tomorrow year.
Oh, I hated the car.
Yes.
Hated
Forever the worst car in that first season, too.
2008 to 2012. Was it? 2008 to 2012 was the
Ironically,
worst time.
when Jimmy won all those championships, I think Jimmy won all those championships.
He went from 2007 to 2010.
Oh, 2010.
So he won.
Did he get another one in 2012, though? No, that was the Brad year.
That was Brad. And then it was Smoke in 2012. And then Jimmy won in the Gen 6 car in 2013 and 2016. So he won 4 years of his 7 in the car tomorrow. That car sucked. It was the downfall of NASCAR.
It was.
It really was. That hurt so bad. And it didn't help that it was a recession. But, I mean, that did so bad. It was so bad. It's just so dumb.
NASCAR's honestly just trying to reach the peak it was at before the car tomorrow.
It's definitely gotten better. And them switching to the Gen 6 car was a pleasant surprise. Even though 2013 sucked, from the racing standpoint, wasn't that good.
Yeah.
They got better.
I do like the Gen 6 a lot more.
Oh, yeah. They could, honestly, where it's at now, I'm fine with it. They made the racing good enough to where they could leave it as it is, and I'd be pretty okay with that.
Yeah. I just hope
back to the dirt. All right, let's go back to some dirt. Let's start off with winners and losers, Dylan. Let's jump right into that.
So, I mean, obviously, like, Joey Logano was the huge winner from the race. I hate...
Say it.
Say it. So...
You have to do it!
So, I just want to say, Trackhouse racing is the worst thing Pitbull has done to me personally and thus society since he made that song with Gabriel Iglesias.
He made a song with Gabriel Iglesias?
Yeah.
What was it?
Enrique Iglesias.
Oh,
God
I was like, with
it.
a fucking comedian?
Yeah, no.
What?
I don't know.
I'm
the hot one.
Mr. Wowan!
Yeah, Mr. 305. Yeah. Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah.
My bad. It's been a long day.
It sounded like it.
Yes.
We're
recording this pretty late.
After
8 listeners.
5, yeah.
But
shout out to the Frenchie, by the way. You know who you are.
Yes.
Sorry
whoever you are.
You by saying Frenchie. Anyway, back to the pod.
Well, Matt, did you know that we lost all of Illinois now?
That's your fault.
Yeah,
Dylan.
we don't have a single person in Illinois.
That is your fault. What do you expect? You called them a fucking cesspool.
Well, I originally called him a cesspile.
Sexpile.
Then I corrected myself the next week and I called him a cesspool.
That's even worse.
But anyway, back to Trackhouse Racing. It's the worst thing Pitbull has done to me and society since he made that song with Gabriel Iglesias. Enrique Iglesias, god damn it. Suarez was so fucking good in this race. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we had the cauliflower talk. We did.
It was,
and I was hoping for it. I was praying.
I was getting ready. I was getting ready to go down and buy a head of Dole cauliflower.
And you know what, Dylan? The last 2 weeks, Trackhouse has been quite impressive.
Mm-hmm. He had a decent run at Atlanta.
He had a good run at Atlanta. Got a speeding penalty. Sucks. Mm-hmm. Probably got a top 10 car. Probably top 10 car.
Yeah.
For a mile and a half for a brand new team. Yeah. Great.
It was Kurt Busch last year when he was that top 10 machine, but he was never really in contention to win most of the season.
And Daniel Suarez, though, on the dirt, boy, he looked good.
Yep.
And considering, he never raced a dirt race prior to, like, a week ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same with Martin Truex Jr.
Mm-hmm.
What? Throw my fucking historical data out the window, and who gives a shit, right?
They all did better than the
They all did
favorites.
better than... Yeah. Well, so, losers, obviously. Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, big losers.
Kyle Larson was a real loser because he got fucked in the trucks as well, and in almost the same way.
Yeah,
he was high. He didn't realize the truck in front of him was basically going 12 miles an hour.
Sideways.
And just rammed right into him.
Yep.
And then fucking Chris Bell went sideways. He went up high.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
They were doing great. Kyle Larson started last and was up to like the top 10, I think, by the end of the stage.
Yeah.
Or not the
Boyer
end of the
was
stage.
making comments.
Not the end of the stage, but he was up close to the top 10 prior to the... I think it was competition caution, actually, in that 50. And I was like, damn. And then the competition caution came out, and then they restarted. And then I was like, oh, damn, there's Christopher Bell, too. And then they wrecked. Now, I think they could still win next year because Bristol announced they're doing the dirt race next year during the race. Mm-hmm. Love to see that. I think we're all happy about that. But the point I'm trying to get at, big losers. They were big losers. And Austin Dillon was a big loser. And I love to see that, man.
He had a rough one.
They even said, considering... Because didn't he win the Dirt Nationals, like, the week prior?
I'm not sure. I know that he won it. He won, like, the debut, like, Eldora race
Oh, he did that,
ago.
too. He's apparently supposed to be this big dirt racer. Well, he didn't show it at all.
Matt, they're definitely your Illinois.
Oh, I love to see Austin Dillon not do well. It's one of the best things that can happen in my day.
Ty was running the Fredo Dillon.
He was, in the 96 with the Comp Brothers. I did see that.
I think he finished better.
I'm sure he did. Why wouldn't he have?
Than Austin. I want to give a winner, and this is the other regular foe of mine.
Is it going to be who I think it is?
Ryan Newman and Roush Fenway.
Oh, not who I thought it was, but you're right. I did.
5 finish. It's 4-3. I'm still in the lead.
Yep, I got that down.
But Roush Fenway has
3.
almost
And
caught me.
where'd Chris Buescher finish? I thought he finished even top 15.
He was making moves. I think he was in the top 15. But Ryan Newman, he even had that spin, but he had the cleanest fucking spin.
He did.
And then those goddamn Fox broadcasters fucking brought up, oh, he's so tough to
Chris
pass.
Buescher,
He's so
14th,
tough.
by the way. Yeah.
And then the fucker actually finally he held his position. It looked like, I don't know, 2000s Ryan Newman again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, this guy might win a race. Plus, I think he's doghouse eligible now. Their 1.5 program has clearly gotten better. He went.
Do you think they could legitimately win a race, though?
He went 2013 to 2017 without winning, and then he won in 2013 and he won in 2017. And it's 2017 was his last win. It's 2021 now. I think Oscar Mayer gives a lot of money. Fucking, what is it, Castrol gives a shit ton of money. Guaranteed rate. Whenever he's got guaranteed rate on that fucking car, you know you're getting 6 extra minutes of Newman in the race. So he's got the funding. Supposedly they have the same engines as Penske, Roush Yates engines. I thought they were all the...
They might, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, no, it hasn't for
years.
6 years. Basically, when Greg Biffle got old,
No, I think it was when Carl Edwards left.
Pretty much.
When he left, Roush.
They held on a little bit with Biff, where Biff still looked like he was a contender.
Yeah.
And then basically
his last year was 2016, I think.
Yeah, 2016 or 2017. But basically, like, their last little gasp of life before this season, aside from the Ricky Stenhouse
2 wins in 2017, I think.
Super Speedway run.
Or 2018. I think it was 2017. Yeah.
Was when Ricky Stenhouse was the best nationwide racer. And they still had Biffle hanging on.
Good point. You're right.
Yeah, but honestly, the Roush-assance might
be this year, Dylan.
This year.
You never know. And I want to get to one more winner who finished second. His name goes by Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
That fucker.
He was the only one. I shouldn't even say that. He was a regular dirt guy who I kind of forgot about, who then was like, hey guys, remember me right at the end? I'm going to finish second. Mm-hmm. It also was because Martin Truex Jr. thought he could, I think it was Martin Truex Jr.? Oh, no.
I want to get to that
he on the last restart finished.
He finished 19th.
But he really dicked himself at the end.
I just want to say, if Ricky Stenhouse had like 4 more laps, he might have caught Joey, and honestly, he's just as aggressive as Joey. He's just never up there enough to actually do something.
Yep.
But I want to get to Hamlin and Truex, because they started second and third.
Yep.
On that overtime restart, and one's a winner and one's a loser, and Matt, it's not who you think. Martin Truex was the winner.
Big time.
He got those stage points, he got that playoff point. He's definitely in the playoff. It doesn't matter, even if we have 16, 17 winners this season, he's going to be fine.
He will be,
but,
yeah.
I mean, he threw it up high. It was stupid. I laughed just because it was bad.
Really bad.
It was really bad.
Wow.
But Denny, how did Denny not know that they didn't re-wet that track?
Yeah.
That they didn't re-wet the dirt. And this is the inherent problem with Denny. Denny is great week to week. Denny's going to win you 6 races a year at his peak. Like FedEx, they're happy with him. He's making a shit ton of money. He's got a lot of trophies. But the fucker just can't get it up when it matters. Like, you're laughing, but I'm dead fucking serious.
The way you said it, Dylan, that's bad.
The dude can't fucking do it. His mortal enemy was right in front of him on a single file restart.
And I honestly thought he was going to turn him. To be honest, I thought he was going to just throw it in there and throw him up the fence. And...
Who was the guy that spun? Mike Millar or something?
Yeah.
I'm going to call him Mike Millar. It might or might not be. But
no, Mike Millar's right.
Yeah, but that fucking dude...
Marlar or whatever, yeah, that guy.
...is a goddamn sleeper cell that the France family put there. They saw Denny was in second.
Yeah.
Mike!
Spin her out!
Make your money! You're getting TV time. Spun out. We didn't hear about this fucker the entire race. Then we get Denny right behind Joey. Oh, it was great, Matt. It was supposed to be great. And then Denny just...
Bye.
Yeah, just buckets, bricks. Like when LeBron got his cramps in that one finals. Like, it was sad to watch. Like, I was sad that Denny, like, went high.
Yeah.
And just shit the bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Joey ran away with it. And then, I mean, God bless Stenhouse. I can't believe I'm saying that. But, like, at least you got the feeling, like, oh, my God, is Stenhouse at least going to, like, get to him? And then we got that final. We got to the final lap, and we knew it was over.
Yep.
Yeah, it was rough.
So, Dylan, I have so much I want to talk about. I have so many thoughts here I want to bring up.
Can I get to one more loser?
Okay, one more loser.
All of Stewart-Haas Racing.
Oh my God, they're doing awful this year.
So-
We talked about this before. They're shit in the bed.
So fun fact, Stewart-Haas has 7 top 10s this year. Kevin Harvick has 5. Riley Herbst in the Xfinity Series has 2. That
I'm sorry.
they
that's
literally
so bad.
have 3 Cup
They're
drivers
doing
that haven't been in the top 10.
So bad, Dylan. They're doing really bad.
They got all 4 drivers in it last year. All 4 in the playoff. They got 25% of the board, of the grid, and they got one guy that can get top 10s.
It's bad. They're doing really bad this year. And honestly, Kevin took a while last year to come around, but I don't know, man. Kevin, I think, will still win a race this year, but he's not going to win 9.
No, this is
10 or however many. I lost count after he got to like 5 last year because he had so fucking many.
This is a low end. He's going to get 2 to 3 by season's end. He might get 4 or 5 if he really picks things up. I mean, he has gone 5 for 7.
Mm-hmm.
And this race was a little bit of a shit show, especially early. I remember, he was getting banged around a lot, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
and if you're Stuart Haas, I think after this year, you really got to sit down and be like, okay, Eric Almirola is not cutting it. You got to let him go, okay?
But here's the thing with Almirola, though. I mean, who are you going to replace him with? Riley Herbst?
No, I would honestly go for Noah Gragson. I would honestly make a dash.
That's interesting.
Because Noah Gregson's not going to go to a Hendrick team anytime soon unless they kick Byron to the fence. But Byron's been doing pretty good. I mean, he just got 6th this week.
What about Matty D? Do you think that he would be able to bring sponsorship, though?
I think so. I think I'd go for Matty D. I think I'd go for Gregson, too. I think if you're making a pull, you might as well take a splash, right?
That is true.
I mean, if you're going to do it. I mean, you have Cole Custer, who is... I mean, he won a race last year, which was kind of a good place, right time, but didn't do that much. And Chase Briscoe's been shitting the bed this season, but again, it's his rookie year, so at least give him a year maybe. And if Cole Custer doesn't do well this year, I think you give him a year. And if Cole Custer doesn't do anything, I think you kick Cole Custer to the curb.
I think Cole Custer is on a 4-year plan, though.
4-year plan?
I think
if you're Stuart Haas, I think you got to make that a 3-year plan, and you got to be like, all right, if he doesn't do anything this year, he has 1 more year to figure it out. And if he doesn't do it, we're done because
we're only 43 races into him, though, and he's performed at the truck level great and the Xfinity level.
Yeah,
great.
but that doesn't matter. The Cup level is a totally different thing, and just because you don't,
he's
perform,
7 races into his second season. I wouldn't put him anywhere close to the.
That's why I said you got to give it.
floor.
You got to give it another this year and next year. And if he doesn't do anything, then I think you're done. They kicked Daniel Hemrick to the curb after 1 year and filled it in with Tyler Reddick, and that was the best decision RCR made. And I think Daniel Hemrick had a year to improve in the Cup, in my opinion, but I think that worked out great. I think you got to make moves. I mean, it's not a given that you did bad this year, but, you got next year. You got to fucking win races and perform, dude. It's like anything else.
What about a guy like William Byron? Isn't he in his 4th year? He's having a great season, too. He finished 6th
Well,
on this
last
race.
year, I was saying that if last year, we were having the same conversation. I said, if Billy Byron doesn't win, you got to kick Billy Byron out. William Byron.
Mm-hmm.
He's not cutting it. He won last year. I said, okay, see how it goes. And now this year, he won at Homestead, and he's picking it up.
Yeah.
But he won last year. I mean,
he's the second best Hendrick driver so far this year.
I agree.
But
I agree
with
that.
Through 7 races. Obviously, Chase Elliott is the face of Hendrick.
Yes, I still agree with that. But I last year we were having the same conversation. I said if William Byron doesn't win and do something, they should kick him out. And he did. He did something to at least keep him there to prove himself, which is good for him. Great. But I think you got to perform yet. And Eric Almirola is not doing it.
Yeah. That much
get
is
him out.
clear. The Smithfield checks can only take him so far.
Right.
At least with that team.
Exactly. Like you gotta be moving on at some point. And I think at the end of this year, unless he all of a sudden just wins 20 races, and I don't foresee that ever happening.
Although if he does win one, he might be able to eke her out another year. If he wins 2 this season, he's going to get a lifetime contract with somebody.
Yeah, 2 fucking ones.
Free bacon for life.
I have so many other things I want to talk about. So, the second thing. Or not the second thing, but the next thing I want to talk about. My bets were on fire this week, Dylan.
Ooh, how many did you get?
So, the Pro Invitational which was this Wednesday, which was the virtual iRacing event, which was cool that they did. I didn't get to watch it. I was busy. I would have liked to watch it. Billy B won. Good for him. I'm glad that they're doing
this, by the way. That's where he cut his teeth, iRacing.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're doing the Pro Invitation, by the way. I think they're only doing it like at the tracks they haven't raced at, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Perfect amount of races for me, right? Great. I like that they're doing it. Good enough for me. Gives me something to do on a weekend or a weekday. Something to watch.
Yeah.
So the Pro Invitational, I got 5 out of 6, Dylan.
Holy hell! I had my best week and I only got 3 out of 6.
And that was a 99%, but 1,707 people got all 6 right. And I'm like, fuck, even if I got all 6 right, I would have got like 40 cents. That one kind of was like, damn, that one kind of sucked.
That's a little rough.
However, for the dirt race, I got 3 out of 6, 96 percentile. And I think they said only 23 people got all 6 right, and they all won like $1,000.
Damn.
Yeah, because they gave away $25,000 for that race. I know, I'm like, fuck, man, $1,000.
How does it feel being one away?
That one hurt. That stings.
Yeah.
Even if I only would have got 40 cents, I still would have loved to got all of them right.
I was happy I got half.
I've been shooting at least above 3 the last how many weeks? Although for the dirt race, there were some gimmies. Because if you did right before the stage 2 started, one of the questions was how many drivers will finish stage 2? And at that point, there were 6 drivers out. I think it was 6. And it was like, 2, or how many won't finish? Won't finish stage 2. And it was like 2 plus won't finish, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, and then like 7 plus. I'm like, well, I'm taking 7. We got 6 out already. One of them's bound to fucking crash based on what I'm watching. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. So I was like, that one was a gimme. And there were a few pretty easy ones, but I obviously didn't get them all. Next, MTJ. Truck race winner. We didn't talk about, I think we mentioned it, maybe mentioned it, but didn't talk about it.
First career truck win.
First career truck win, and I think that was his 3rd truck start.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that nuts?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
First one in more than a decade or something, right?
I think it was, they said like 2006 maybe?
Yeah.
2008 was his last truck race? And I thought that was impressive. Did not know that stat. I thought he raced before. Obviously, I was wrong.
Yeah, you just kind of figure everybody at least starts in the truck when they hit NASCAR.
Oh, yeah. Or I even thought they race a few races every other year to just kind of fill some gaps. I don't know. And
every once in a while.
So I thought that was sweet. What are your thoughts on the truck race? I watched some highlights, but I didn't watch it.
Overall, I thought the truck race, it made for some great memes from the start. With all the dirt everywhere. I forget whose truck it was. But...
Oh, yeah. Well, because, they tried to run on Saturday?
They made it like 4 laps.
Oh, it was Saturday. They made it 4 laps, and they're like, we're not doing this.
Yeah, that was rough. That wasn't NASCAR's best day. It's one of the reasons why this whole thing kind of wasn't a slam dunk. They had to push it all the way to Monday. But
did you watch it? Sorry, did you watch any of the practice?
I did not watch practice.
I did, and one, because I was just so excited that there was practice and I could watch some NASCAR on Friday. 2, because it was dirt. I was fucking pumped. I watched some of it. It was actually quite enjoyable to hear what changes they made to the car and what they had to do to implement it. And there's a few other things I'll touch on quick, but yeah, that was kind of I enjoyed seeing them practice. Now, it's just something to watch, honestly, and it was fun. And I didn't watch any of the truck practice. But I guess what I'm trying to get out of this was I'm glad to see them practicing. You know, them not practice or qualifying sometimes is kind of monotonous and kind of can suck.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this before on if we want to see in the future them not do practice at all, or have like one practice, or have a practice the day of or qualifying the day of the event. And I still would like to see that. But on some of these events, having practice helps. And this one in particular, I think not having the heat races on Saturday really hurt. I think it was more of a shit show because they didn't have the heat races.
Mm-hmm.
I think the heat races would have been a shit show, but then that's separate, and then they advertise the big event, and then more people tune into the big event and realize that, it's not as bad.
Yes. Going back to the truck race, the only thing that I really have besides like Truex winning and thinking that was kind of cool that now he's won at all 3 levels.
Yes, there's like 30-some other drivers, 37 or 6 drivers that did that before.
I think that there's some beef between Crafton and I think it definitely was John Hunter Nemechek.
Really?
But I think it was Crafton. They were talking about, I want to punch him in the throat.
Damn.
Some of that shit. It was awesome. Nemechek definitely spun out, crashed, and I think Nemechek had a pretty good truck that race too.
He did spin out and
crash.
crash.
I think it was Crafton. And I think Crafton said, I want to punch that fucker in the throat or something. There was a lot of beeping going on. And then they cut to Nemechek getting fucking hauled off. And he's swearing right back. He's giving it back. I'll fucking show him. I did nothing wrong. Something like that. And I thought it was awesome, but I can't fucking remember for the life of me.
We're going to have to see if that develops any further. I love seeing that. That's always fun feuds.
Those are the two most...
you want to see.
Yeah. Those are the 2 most relevant truck drivers for me in that series.
That's
so
true.
if they start...
John Hunter Nemechek, yeah.
Yeah, if they start
And
feuding,
Crafton.
that would be awesome.
I know you like Matt Crafton. So, a few questions, not questions, but things I noted that I want to talk about. What are your thoughts on the pit road procedure that changed? You know how they basically, you pit and you get 3 minutes and then...
I liked it for, dirt. I mean, I don't want to see it every week.
Oh, no, I don't either. I liked it for the event. It made
sense.
So much sense to me, and I just didn't realize how much sense it made until I watched it. I'm like, that was a good move.
Also, that was the most beaten and banging dirt race. That was the most beaten and banging Bristol race I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of beating and banging in Bristol, too.
And they were just fucking
and
sawing pieces off.
Oh, fuck yeah, they didn't even have an option. It was sweet.
And unless it was something real bad, like Larson's car, it wasn't really affecting Arrow that much.
No, it wasn't.
So I really enjoyed that. And,
I think I like that it was, you can do that, you get 3 minutes, you go and start at the same spot that you went in at. I like that. It made sense, and I thought that was fitting for what NASCAR had. But what I want to say is if they're going to do that, I think they should do that at Eldora. I think Eldora, they held a truck race there.
Yeah, they should do 2.
And honestly... Oh, 2. I was thinking just
2 dirt races.
2 dirt races. I wouldn't be opposed.
Bristol and then Eldora.
I wouldn't be opposed to 2 dirt races.
I was also thinking, I wouldn't mind 3 Bristol races, and they bring back, you have the fall Bristol race and the playoff.
The night race. Love that race.
Yeah.
Never get near into that race.
Exactly. But you also have, a middle of summer. Maybe you take out one of those
Atlanta races.
Boring, 1.5s. You put just a regular pavement Bristol race in the middle of the day, or maybe Saturday night.
Yeah. Something
like that. And then we have this dirt race in the spring every year. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with how they have it now. I wouldn't ever be opposed to another Bristol race, but I'm not. I don't need to really advocate for it. I'm okay with at least them racing there twice. It's like Charlotte. They were on the Roval once. They won the Coke 600, the regular oval, and I'm fine with it.
I do kind of miss
when they did the All-Star race there. I would take it over there over Texas because I hate Texas. But I didn't mind the All-Star race at Bristol. And I felt like last year we
it,
talked about it, like 9 out of the 10 are going to be good and 1 out of the 10 is going to be bad. And I think we just got the 1 out of the 10 wasn't so great. I think if you held it there, they'll still be a good race.
Yeah.
We could do that. I wouldn't oppose that. You instead of the summer, spring like day race that you talked about, we just make that the All-Star race, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
I also want to talk. I just want to touch on this. I loved how the stages were 100 laps, then the final stage was 50.
Yeah.
Usually it's like quarter of the race, stage 1,
Right.
quarter of the race, stage 2, last half of the laps, stage 3.
No, I like that too, and they put the 2 competition cautions in there pretty much because they figured you could go 50 laps on the tires, and then you needed to pit for tires. And since they're not doing green flag pit stops, you have to have the caution so they can stop for 3 minutes and do what they gotta do. But I like that too. I actually wouldn't mind seeing that because I don't need the last stage to be longer.
Yeah.
I want the last stage to be shorter and have it be more of a shootout.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. That's you bring up a good point there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of races where I would like that, and they did that. When did they do it? They did that on the All-Star race last year. It was like a 10-lap final stage at Bristol.
Yep. I think that was like the 4th stage or something.
It
weird
was.
like that.
Yeah, and they did that on a few other All-Star races. And I thought I'm totally fine with that. Make the last stage like a shootout.
Yeah.
They don't need to be 5 laps, but they could be a fifth of the race.
Mm-hmm.
Even that I wouldn't be opposed to.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to get on. Restarts. I pointed out during the race, and I missed part of the middle. I missed like 20 minutes when I was driving home from work. What happened there? Did you know what happened? Why they switched to single file? Because I asked you, and I still don't get it.
So they just announced that
Like mid-race?
Mid-race, all of a sudden it went from
Because it was double file for until I watched, and then I came home.
to single.
And all of a sudden it was single. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Because all of a sudden, like, Daniel Suarez was leading, right? And then the pace car went off, and they just started racing. I'm like, are we doing like an IndyCar type of style thing here? Are we not doing double file restarts anymore?
I couldn't tell you why they did it. I didn't understand it.
Honestly,
but like
that took away a lot of the excitement of the last restart.
Yes. When they start though, like all of a sudden, the action was back on, and I believe that Suarez was leading, and that's when Joey was right behind him.
Yeah.
And then I knew it. I was watching with my dad, and I'm like, watch Logano here. And sure as shit, fucking Logano, aggressive as all hell, just gets fucking Suarez right out of the way.
I don't know. I think I would have rather have it be double file. Even if it's a shit show, it makes it exciting, right?
I think it's because they feared that, like, the high line, like, so much. Because that whole race, anybody that got stuck up there was fucking done. Like, Chris Bell got too high, spun, Martin Truex at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just funny.
It was. I don't know. I wasn't overly happy with it. I can kind of get it, but I would rather have it be. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Truex at the end, I just got to say this because this is funny. It reminds me of me during one of my cross-country races where I was trying to go so fast. Like, Matt, I was not very good at cross-country.
Really?
But, like, for
I know you were
our
a big
team,
cross-country guy.
Yeah. For our team, I was good enough to be on varsity.
Yeah.
And there was no fucking way I wanted to be the last varsity runner.
Yeah.
No way I was even going to risk losing my spot because I barely made it anyway.
Yeah.
So I was fucking running so hard, and I was like just looking down, and I was looking at feet, and I ran right off the track once. I ran right off the course, and it was like still in that uncomfortable period because like cross country, not a lot of people watch you, but there are like spots where people collect. It was right in a spot where there was a shit ton of people, and I ran right off that course, and I didn't look up until like I was running in weeds, and then it's like, oh shit, gotta hop back on the track. fucking pissed off face like nothing happened. Gotta get back going. But yeah, it was rough. It was rough. That's how you go from 3rd to 19th.
Just like that.
Real
you just
quick.
go off course.
Yeah, real quick.
Good point, Dylan.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you got off course, and then you keep your spot.
Made me laugh.
No.
Let's not touch on that, man.
All right. So we're not talking about Dylan's cross country anymore.
Yeah.
What else did you take away from the dirt race?
Whew.
I thought what they did with the radiators or the front air intake was kind of neat. I didn't even think of that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of teams took the splitters off, and
Kyle Busch didn't like it.
God, I suck a dick.
This is a fucking disaster.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I loved that. Had fun with that 18th place finish.
Yeah, suck on that.
I almost picked him to win. I picked Gibbs because of him.
You picked Kyle Busch. We never got to our picks. Hold on, real quick. Our picks. I'm the only one that got a point because I had Martin Truex Jr. to win the truck race, and Dylan picked Kyle Busch.
Kyle didn't
who
run.
we found out didn't run the truck race.
I can't believe that he was noble enough to give Martin Truex his 51 truck
I swore,
and not
I
for himself.
swore I thought he ran the truck
Yeah.
race. I swore I thought he said he was doing it.
You
but
would
he must
think.
not have.
You would think. He is the most selfish dude out there.
I can't believe that.
Wow.
Hold on.
That must have been a total Gibbs move. Like, Gibbs must have just decided, hey, you're letting MTJ in there.
He wants to race this one, so Martin Truex Jr.
He needs it.
He has to have it. I'm gonna look at the race results from the truck race. I didn't see them all. Chase Briscoe got top 5. Good for that guy.
Ooh.
Oh, Bubba Wallace raced too. I didn't even know that.
Well, I mean, honestly, that might be Chase Briscoe's only top 5 all year. It's not been a good season for him. I feel like we're shitting on him every week, but it's only because we care.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was one half of the Few the Proud, the Fords.
Yeah.
And he kind of had that Harvick thing where he kind of got a little screwed last year. He had the best season, but it just didn't work in the end.
It didn't. And honestly, it's tough because obviously he's not going to win the Xfinity Championship. And who knows, he might not ever win a Cup Championship either.
Oh, well, let's not completely
You never
give
know.
up. It's been a tough
I'm not giving up on him.
start.
I'm not giving up on him, but I'm just saying.
The only guy
It's
who's
hard to win
never-
those things.
yeah.
It's hard to win those. Denny hasn't even won one.
Well, I was going to say, the only guy who we know is never winning one is Denny. Oh,
Watch
my
him win one
God.
this year.
He's not winning this year. There's no way.
But yeah, you never know. Did you think Chase Elliott was going to win last year? Did you, honest to God, think Chase Elliott was going to win last year?
I thought he had a chance, especially
I thought
after
he
the
had a
round of
chance,
8.
too.
I thought he had a chance. He was one of the 5 best drivers.
You didn't even pick him in your Final Four. I did.
I didn't, just because, history, he's usually shat the bed around that round of 8, and instead he was probably one of the best drivers in the round of 8.
Yeah, I mean.
And then, obviously,
However,
he just dominated the fuck out of Phoenix.
However, him and Alex Bowman are still in the doghouse.
That is true. That is true.
Alex Bowman had a rough week. He lost 4th gear, and he can only keep her into 3rd.
I did like seeing his car just fucking bounce around that track.
Yeah.
Every time they'd show him, and like he was kind of maintaining it a little bit for a while, and his car was just up and down, up and down. I
like seeing that. Every time I see that
Can't do
LI
a whole
48, I'm one step closer to actually looking into opening an account with LI. I'm gonna be honest. I see it and I'm like, oh, maybe.
nice, man.
And I looked on a totally different note, not related to anything at all. Actually, that's not true. I backstep on that. Speaking of Ally, I'm going to change that around. Speaking of Ally, I looked when my diecast is coming in a month. It's coming in a month.
1 month.
1 month.
Been hearing about that diecast for like
And
6.
I don't think it's going to be here for one podcast, and then it's going to my office at work.
Wow. Better make it a video that week.
You're right. We should make a video.
Return of the video.
We do it 1 week.
I do want to just touch on this because obviously William Byron got 6th. You know that Jimmy Chad Knaus relationship, which was kind of the Belichick-Brady
Yeah.
relationship, who made who's more important.
Yeah.
Well, last year, Jimmy going winless and Chad finally getting the win with Billy Byron, kind of, I guess Chad's pulling ahead in that a little bit.
Yeah.
Jimmy couldn't get in the playoff his final year because of Corona.
Yeah.
But Chad Knaus left the team. He's the VP of competition for Hendricks. I mean, he's still involved.
Yeah.
But, he's not the crew chief anymore.
Right.
William Byron is fucking great.
Oh, yeah, man.
The fucking iRacing kid.
You know what? Chemistry, man. Jimmy and Chad had the chemistry, and it worked for them for the longest time. And Jimmy on his own wasn't as great with Chad. Chad on his own wasn't as great with Jimmy. And I like Jimmy, and I'm going to say this. William Byron's better without Chad, and Cliff Daniels is a hell of a crew chief with Kyle Larson. And I also think Kyle Larson's a hell of a racer because it's the same team. It's 48 over to Larson. So I'm just saying, I think you're right. I think Jimmy and Chad together is the Subway right combination. But with them not together, they're not as great. I still think Chad's a hell of a crew chief and Jimmy's a hell of a racer, but
also I remember Chad's gotten suspended for races before, and I remember multiple races.
2006 Daytona 500 winner Jimmy Johnson did not have Chad Knaus for that one because he was suspended.
But multiple races where Jimmy has won where Chad was
I think it's only 2.
Gone. It was at least 2, but I feel like it was more.
2006 Daytona 500, I don't know what the other one was. It was 2. But he didn't.
So that's always points for Jimmy.
Always. Jimmy has 2 more wins. Well, 1 more win than Chad, because Chad technically won with Billy Byron. Yeah. One race.
7 more championships than Denny Hamlin is ever going to have.
Yep. Ever. Dude.
Just keep stuffing wins, Denny. Just keep stuffing wins.
Padding the stat. Be the first ballot Hall of Famer who never won a championship.
Yep.
That's all you need.
He already passed Mark Martin for the best one ever.
That's all you need, Denny. That's all you need, man.
Lap the competition in that ring, because you're not going to...
Yeah.
It's
so the dirt race is gonna be back next year. That was just a fantastic race. I know we've said it all pod, but man, that was so much fun.
Wasn't a slam dunk, but it was successful.
It was successful. They had their bright moments. They had their bad moments. Will NASCAR learn? Yes, because they have Steve Phelps. If they didn't have Steve Phelps, NASCAR's fucking doomed. I love Steve Phelps. Said it before. Steve, come on the pod. Martinsville
I think you
race.
want him to be president of the United States at this point.
No, he's good enough where he is. All right, he's good with the president.
I feel like there's going to be a yard sign outside your house that just says Steve Phelps forever.
I don't do the yard signs. Emily does the yard signs. I don't do the yard signs. Did you see the tree was down? Totally different, unrelated note, by the way. I took the tree down. I didn't. I paid somebody to do it.
So, I was late coming in today. I had a wild day. But I pull up, and I'm like, well, this is all the cars. This doesn't look like the house.
Yeah.
Where are the trees? Where's everything but other than the cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaked me out. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking, open up the door, and if I die, I die.
If I die, I die. I'm just going to fucking walk
Hopefully they're not an NRA member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they were, you would have been shot the second you walked on the property.
Yeah.
Let's be real. On another note, Martinsville in a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Night race. I'm excited for this race, too, by the way. Yes. Martinsville at night last year, phenomenal race.
Oh, yes.
This year,
that was that Wednesday night one,
race.
right?
It was the Wednesday night run.
I wouldn't mind.
Wednesday night race. Wednesday night race. And we said it before. I'm going to say it again. I wouldn't mind seeing a night race on Wednesday.
Yep.
One
a year.
We all agree. 1 a year. I don't need 2. I don't need 3. I don't need 40. This next week would have been a perfect one to do it for, right before Easter. You still get your Easter weekend, but we still get a race this week.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think we can all compromise with that, right?
Yeah.
It'd be a short turnaround, don't get me wrong. But they can do it. Let's be real. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
They got enough money. They can make anything happen.
They already cut out practices and all that shit.
You're right. I think they can do it. No practice, no qualifying. Just get in there and race, boys.
And hey, we know Kyle Busch isn't winning.
Oh, we all love that.
Yeah.
So, I have no expectations for this race besides.
Can't wait to watch it.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to watch. It's gonna be another great Martinsville race. I've never been disappointed really with a Martinsville race. Even when somebody dominates, they're usually good races.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Bristol races. Usually, even if somebody dominates, they're a good race. It's like the Bristol night race. So picks, Dylan. Let's roll into the picks a little bit for the Martinsville race because we're not doing a pod next week. I need a week off to chill, honestly.
Mm-hmm. A little mental health week.
Yes, we'll roll with mental health week. We like that. We all like that.
All right.
I can use that.
Since Matt number 2, who I still don't know his last name, by the way. Borschinger. Related to Cody?
No. Didn't we have this conversation last time?
No, I didn't know his last name at all. So I just kept calling him
you asked me
Matt
that
number
last time.
2.
You asked me that last time. Yeah, he's Matt B. I'm Matt K.
Okay, Matt
Or
B.
I'm Matt number 1. He's Matt number 2 because I started where we work first.
Well, he's
for him.
Matt number 1 in my heart.
Oh, fuck off, Dylan.
He would have brought me.
He would have
brought me to Atlanta.
You can get out of my house.
But anyway, since he's not here, I get a pick first.
Right.
Now, Martin Truex Jr. won a race last year here.
Yes.
And do I want there to be a repeat winner this week? No. Actually, no, I'm not picking it at all. I refuse to pick him just based for that reason. I'm picking Denny Hamlin. You want to know why? Not a championship race.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
That's a very good pick. I'll put Denny down for you.
Not a championship race. So I'm picking Denny, and I'm picking Joe Gibbs too, for the fact that I feel like Martin Truex Jr. can probably win this race. I mean, Kyle Busch is probably going to get one this year, probably. And Chris Bell's been good.
Right. I agree.
Fairly solid. Had a rough week. So I'm picking them, and then I'm picking Ford just for Logano and Brad.
So it's... All right, Ford. Sorry, I forgot to write down Ford.
And then my Xfinity pick.
Yes.
Gotta go Allgaier. Who else but Allgaier?
You're right.
Who do you got, Matt?
Dylan.
Matt.
Okay. No, that's a good pick, though, considering he just was the last race winner at Atlanta. Cup driver, Brad Keselowski.
Ooh! That hurts.
Team, Penske. And let me throw this little...
Ooh!
Pretty sure this little fact at you.
Not the parlay.
The last 2 Martinsville races, all 3 Penske drivers have finished in the top 5.
Fuck. It's a Talladega. It's just a team track.
It's a team fucking track, dude.
God damn it.
I'm going Ford.
Fuck. I mean, are you going to pick Cendric at this point?
Yeah, I might as well pick
Oh,
Cendric,
the Penske parlay.
I'm going full Penske, man.
The Penske
Full
parlay.
Penske. If I remember or get in contact with Matt before the race in a week and a half, I will get his picks. And I will share them on the pod if I remember to get them. He's out. The reason Matt's not on tonight is he's at his anniversary with his girlfriend. So, I mean, I get it, I guess. Get it.
Yeah. Hey, want to give a shout out to their love. Miranda, that was her name, right?
Miranda, yeah.
I've only actually met Matt twice.
He's a cool guy.
He's a pretty cool dude.
Every now
But congratulations on whatever year this is.
2, I think.
And cheers to many more.
Watch him fucking break up tomorrow. Fucking jinxed it. Dylan. Oof.
Well, on that note.
On that note.
Remember to rate, subscribe, tell a friend. You can reach us at missinggearpodcast@gmail.com. At this point, I just want somebody to
I want somebody to reach
out
out.
to us.
Somebody email us.
I just want someone to talk to.
email us. Maybe we should do it at the beginning of the podcast next time.
We probably should. you can follow us on Instagram. We have a Facebook
Facebook.
page, and I've been trying to get better at posting on it. Like, I've been posting a couple of memes.
A little bit of me.
I forgot to post the last race until the race got delayed this past weekend.
Yeah.
So then I, sent out a little bit of an apology, and then I sent out the link on Sunday. So we were a little late on that, but,
It's all right. You
rate,
know what?
subscribe,
We're not perfect.
tell a friend. Just
We have other shit going on. It's like everybody else.
It's rough.
We're just doing this.
This is
for
a
fun.
side hustle.
We're just doing it for fun. We just want to talk and share our opinions and see if anybody else cares enough to listen.
Yeah, we're in a basement right now. Jeff Bezos in 1999 was in like a garage or a basement, I forget, with like
Probably
a fucking
garage.
just a stupid sign where he like wrote in Sharpie Amazon.com. And that dude has more money than Jesus Christ himself. And by that I mean like the entire like Catholic Church.
Oh, I was gonna
At
say
this
I
point.
had more money than Jesus Christ
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Is he currently the richest man alive, or is it Elon Musk? 'Cause
So-
they've been switching back and forth.
Yeah, so like Bezos is worth a lot more. Day to day, every once in a while, like Elon Musk goes long enough without smoking a joint on the internet
yeah,
to where like
he can.
sometimes his stock shoots a little higher, but in reality, like Jeff Bezos, it's always $200 billion.
Yeah.
What a guy. So, sponsor the pod, Jeff. Sponsor the pod.
Just give me free Amazon Prime. I don't even I'm not even asking for a lot, guy. I'm not.
Just give us discounts when we order stuff for the pod. We'll advertise for you.
Yeah.
Give us some Bezos bucks.
Why don't you email him? Send him an email.
We're going to shoot him an email after the pod. All right, guys. Have a great night or day. See ya.